Thanks for joining us on Sheridan County Ag Update. Today I have with me some members of the Goose Creek Livestock 4-H Club. Before we get to them, I want to say thank you to our sponsors, Heartland Kubota and True Built Builders. Without you guys, we can't put this on, and so many things that happen in Sheridan. So, hi, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. You bet. We have Stephen Gamble, Harper Baltz, and Wynn West with us today. Thanks for being here.
Welcome.
So are y'all ready for the new upcoming 4-H year?
Yeah.
All right.
Me and Wynn got our projects already this year, at least some of them.
Your beef projects. Let's talk a little bit about that.
I guess I'll go. So this year I have 2 beef projects. I have 2 steers. I have a red steer and his name is Crimson, and then I have a black and white one named Graffiti.
And Stephen, you're loaded.
Yeah. We got 5 this year. Let's see, we got Hollywood, we have Showtime, we have Goose, Payback, and Chaos. Got a full barn this year.
Yeah, you're going to be busy.
Yep. We'll get them all ready for county.
Well, you guys you two have already gone somewhere and shown this year. So you want to talk about that for a minute?
Yeah. Me and Wynn both had our beef down in Cheyenne. There's a big livestock expo down there. And basically kind of the same routine as county fair. I mean, you fit them up, get them ready, take them through the ring. And we both did showmanship too. Or I did, but yeah.
Well, and the only difference is when you go to these progress shows, you don't sell. These are these are like basketball tournaments that you're just practicing at.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys were also involved in the fitting contest.
Yes.
The bench warmers.
We were the bench warmers.
And the dillweeds.
Yep.
And we had the Little Rascal team from here. And I don't know what Jet's team was called, but he was on another team as well. So Sheridan was very well represented. And Harper, what do you do?
I do market sheep and horse.
Okay. So sheep project hasn't quite started yet.
Nope, not yet.
But the horse probably, have you guys started practices with horse?
Yeah, we've kind of just been riding her, making sure we don't have any the courses or patterns yet. But yeah, just making sure. Well fed, riding her.
Yeah. And then when you have some winter pigs.
Yep, so I get winter pigs. So usually the normal show season would be, at least for us here in Wyoming, it would just be in the summer, but I've decided to show winter pigs. So I'll get them all ready just as I would in the summer, even though it's a little colder now. And I'll take them I actually just took them to the Cheyenne Livestock Expo, and then I'll also take them to Arizona National and Denver Stock Show.
So those are coming up here soon. You get to go to the warm weather in Arizona, hopefully.
Yep. We leave the day after Christmas, and we drive all the way till we get there, and then we sit in a line all day.
I've seen the pictures.
Oh, yeah. It's really fun, though. So you get to sit there in line all day, just check on the pigs, play some games, and then we get there that night, unload, and we start kind of getting ready to show then.
Well, and let's talk about your one pig, because you have one that's kind of cool colored. He's a Hereford pig. So tell me about him.
Well, his name is Hercules. We thought it suited him. He's pretty strong and muscular, but he's kind of cool marked. He's got down ears, just as a Hereford pig would, and he's red and white.
So Hereford pigs are very much marked like Hereford cattle. So if people are used to seeing the red and white Hereford cattle, that's basically what the Hereford pig looks like, right?
Yes.
Cool. I'm excited for Hercules. He's very cute.
He sure is. He's a lot of fun, and he's a lot of fun to show and take them all over.
So tell me what all you do for 4-H, what all your projects are.
For 4-H, I show livestock. I have my cattle projects. I show pigs, which we've already mentioned. And then I also do market lambs. And then I do an indoor exhibit with photography as well, which I find sort of a nice project to do in the summer. So, yeah.
Lots of stuff to take pictures of around here.
Yeah.
Harper, how about you? What all do you get involved with 4-H?
I just do market sheep and horse. I did do visual arts one year, but then, I don't know, I'm not super artistic, so I just stuck with the livestock.
And Steven?
I do market beef. Took a swing at goats last year, market and breeding. And then I do livestock judging. But that's about all.
No goats this year?
Probably not with 5 steers in the barn.
Yeah, you're going to be a little busy. Well, and Harper, I know just you kind of have a little side gig that you do with your sheep, that you get some bum lambs. And so tell us about that.
Yeah, so down in KC, Chris and Mike Karuchit, they have just some sheep, and they always have bums every year. And so last year we had 7 of them. And I really enjoy doing that just because they're really cute and they're little, and you raise them, bottle feed them. Yeah, they're therapeutic.
It keeps you busy.
Yeah, definitely.
Quality Kubota machinery and customer care from the heart. Proudly serving Sheridan and the surrounding areas since 1996. Go online to heartlandkubota.com or stop by Heartland Kubota, 2450 Heartland Drive.
So what is the daily routine of a 4-H'er with livestock while you have school and after school activities and everything else?
Definitely keeping everything fed. I know it's tough with people having to go to school early, but that's one of probably the biggest challenges. You got to get up early and feed them and make sure they're taken care of and staying healthy. At least with the steers, it's kind of cold to be rinsing every day like you would in summer. You still try to get them washed and keep them clean though, for sure in winter. But mostly just feeding them right now.
I'd have to agree with that. But more as we get towards the spring, usually we'll have to get up and take care of my animals in the mornings and rinse them and stuff and try to stimulate hair growth. So yeah.
And how about the lambs?
Lambs, yeah, just make sure to shag, like do all that, and then water them, feed them, and walk them, work with them.
So just kind of so everybody knows who maybe isn't familiar with these projects, the beef project you get in the fall. It is truly almost a year-long project. And then your smaller animals you don't get until the spring, and you have them all summer long and then sell them at the fair. Now, some of you, actually all 3 of you, go to state fair. So let's talk about that.
I'll start.
Okay.
I really enjoy state fair. It's just a fun time at the start of the year before we kick off with school again. I enjoy it. We get to compete with our friends, all of us here, and we get to really have a fun time while doing the thing we love at state fair.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of new to it. I've only been to it 2 years, but it's been super fun when I've been there. It's just a new challenge from county. A lot more kids doing sheep, especially. But
it's a big sheep show.
Yeah, definitely, and it's a really fun learning experience.
Good.
Yeah, it's really cool to compete at that kind of next level. Last year I was able to compete in beef FFA showmanship. I won here at county, and it was tough. It's definitely a lot tougher at the state level, but.
And then also, Sheridan County won the beef fitting contest down there, if I remember correctly.
Yep, me, Jet West, and Ella Hiller got to compete in that, and we won, which was really cool.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited because I always look forward to state fair and going down because it's always fun to see how you guys do and just be a part of it, and and then you got Stu. He keeps you in line, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, no, Stu just eats a whole lot of deep fried Oreos and yeah. So, anyways, I know that you've all been involved with 4-H different years, but how has that helped you in other areas of your life? Like in school, public speaking?
I'd say that 4-H has had to help me the most with public speaking. I mean, just last week I had to give a speech for my 4-H club, and it's just really improved my public speaking skills a lot and made me more confident when talking in front of others.
I'd have to agree with that, yeah. I mean, I've never been super comfortable talking in front of people, but 4-H definitely improved that.
Yeah, for sure. I know Liz can probably attest for me. My speaking skills have definitely improved being in 4-H, especially livestock judging. Helped with that. And doing the beef project for 4 years now, going on my 5th, definitely helps with work ethic and getting up early and having that whole responsibility of having animals to take care of.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, seeing all of you go through the 4-H program I've seen all of you grow in different ways, and it's really fun as an adult who did it as a kid to get to see that continuation on, that you guys continue to do the program and want to be involved in the program, because it's not something everybody wants to do or can do because they live in town.
Mm-hmm.
Except for there's many indoor projects that anybody who lives anywhere can do. Yes. Like photography and visual arts and gardening. There's gardening. Who knew you could raise all the vegetables? I had no idea till I went and walked through one year. It's crazy. Crazy. All right. So you guys, actually, Goose Creek Livestock just got Club of the Year for the 4-H year. So, which is pretty big because there's some really good clubs in this county. So let's talk about what all went into that for you guys to get Club of the Year.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things is the record books that we do each year, I would say at least. And this year we had 3 silver record books and the rest were actually gold. I'm not sure how many members we have in our club, but it was definitely like the best ratio of all the clubs. And mostly all of our members have been making at least 6 meetings a year. And we do our highway cleanup and different community service throughout the year. Mm-hmm. I think we do our highway cleanup twice a year and other community service projects throughout the year. But,
I'd say another part that goes into that is we have to set goals each year. And one of the things they look at is following through on each of your goals and seeing if you actually reached them, which we definitely did and stuff. So,
well, let's talk about that for a minute too, because you guys set a pretty big goal last year for the Blue and Gold Challenge, which was to raise money for the Wyoming State Fair. And you guys knocked it out of the park. And so you were able to donate $5,000 to the Wyoming State Fair. And you also donated $5,000 to the Sheridan County Fairgrounds to help get new pens for the livestock area. So that's a huge testament to your club. So good job.
Thank you.
And yes, and that I will say you guys are all officers in your club. So good job leading, guys. And also thank you for the highway cleanup because it's in front of our house. So I love it. we get free highway cleanup. Well, what else would you guys like to talk about with what you've got coming up here in the next couple months? I know it's cold and there's not a lot, so a lot of probably some meetings. And I think, didn't I hear that your next meeting you're going to be talking about meat cuts and those? So
yeah,
let's talk about that.
Well, we formed a committee and we're having the meats judging team, all the members that are in our club on the meats judging team. They're going to be the committee. We're going to talk about the meats, what they are, and how we're going to cook them. And then we're going to have a guest, Amber Jensen, who's the meats judging coach for the 4-H team. She's going to come in and help us learn about them and talk about them as a group.
Well, that's great because when you go out and you talk to buyers and the public about coming to the fair and coming to the shows and everything, that gives you a whole new aspect of ways to help convince them that they should purchase an animal from the 4-H fair. Because we now have these great recipes that you can learn how to cook.
Yeah.
I need those for sheep.
Yeah.
Help me out.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm not a very good cook. And I've never cooked goat, so I have no idea.
I'm not a goat person either.
I've tried it before. But yeah.
I've heard it's good. I know that some of the gentlemen who come here every summer with the polo players that are from South America, a lot of times they get them, and apparently it's very good however they cook them in a pit. I have no idea, but I've heard it's great.
Making plans for building a new barn, shop, or commercial building? Don't do any planning without a call to Sheridan's premier post-frame building and homes builder, True Built Builders, online at truebuiltbuilders.com.
So what else would you guys like to talk about?
Well, we've talked a lot about our projects and the meetings that we've done so far, and that's been really exciting.
Well, I know that some of your community service, other than what you guys have done with the highway cleanup, you guys went Christmas wish shopping for us. You just did that. Let's see here. What else? Oh, you guys decorated a straw bale out at our house for 4-H week.
Mm-hmm.
That was everybody sees when they drive down Big Goose. So that was the Goose Creek Livestock 4-H Club that did that. And on the backside was FFA. We represented both.
Last year we did some Valentine's cards as well. I went and handed them out. Also kind of thanking buyers for the livestock sale. I think we're planning on doing that again with some holiday cards.
We're also planning on this year, it'll be in the summertime, so it's quite a ways away, but we're planning on going to the senior center and volunteering there for one of our community service goals.
Well, that will be good. That will be fun. So, since you guys all have some market animals, let's just touch briefly on the sale. You guys work all year long and all summer long with your projects, and then at the end, you sell your market projects. And as being on the sale committee, I just want to say thank you to our community for how generous our community is. They come out and support every year and help you guys out. So I know that you've all got to experience that with some really great buyers in our community. So, do you want to give them a quick shout out? Thank you.
Sure. Well, I'd like to definitely thank all of my buyers. They were really generous to me this year, and I'm so grateful for all of them.
And so what do you do with that money that you get back? What do you do with that money?
Well, for me, it's different for everybody, but for me especially, I put it towards my feed for the animals in the next year. I put it towards the animals in the next year, and then also towards my college fund.
Yeah, I do a lot of the same thing. I take some out for the animals that I get and all the feed and whatever new equipment I need, and then the rest goes to my college fund.
Yeah, same kind of as them too. It goes to money towards the animal and the feed for them.
So now, Stephen, in your case, I'm going to pick on you a little bit, but you have 5 steers. So at our sale, you can sell a total of 3 animals, but you can only sell 2 of the same species. So you're only able to sell 2 of those through the sale. What's your plan with those other 3?
Definitely planning on marketing maybe 1 or 2 of the other ones to some of our friends and family. And then there's some terminal shows later in the year after State Fair.
Okay. So
you kind of hold your animal past State Fair and continue getting them ready. Shows like Exarban or Nile. You keep getting them ready. And if you place high enough in the show, you get to sell your animal there.
Okay.
So that might be a plan for one of them. We'll kind of see how they finish out or when they finish out.
Well, as Stuart says, when you keep one, it's always, they taste better when you know their name. I don't believe him about that, but that's what he says. He's full of it. So now you usually just take the 2 lambs, if I'm right.
Yes, correct.
So when you have multiple species, so how do you choose which ones you're going to sell in the sale?
Well, I get a lot of help with this decision, but I like to sell 1 of each species where I show 3 species. It's just easier, and I get a lot of buyers that way.
Well, yeah, because not everybody can, although we love it, not everybody can afford a steer. Or sometimes a pig, so maybe the lamb is a more economical choice for them. A lot of our buyers were so grateful. But we have what they call the buyback. And so it goes into the buyback. And a lot of times some of our schools purchase those and they go into the school lunch program, different things like that. I know that there's some that go to Rooted in Wyoming, the Hub. So we're sure grateful for those folks too.
And as are we. We're so grateful for our buyers. And every year they just keep supporting us more and more.
They keep
for
sure. Back. But part of that is because you guys go out and you invite these buyers to come, and not just to the sale. You don't just invite them to the sale. You invite them to come to the whole fair, because it's important that they come see the whole fair. And so, when you go out and talk to people, is that something that's really important to you, is to get them there to watch the shows and just be a part of it?
Yeah, I think especially it helps when they see that animal and how much time and effort you have put into that animal. And they talk to you after, and you talk to them about what you've been doing this summer. I think especially buyers love to hear that.
Yeah, that's definitely a really important thing, like for any new members getting into the livestock program, is going out, talking with the business owners and inviting them to the show, not just the sale, but the show.
Well, and you don't just do that at 2 days before the show and the sale. Like, I know that you guys all, you talk to your buyers all year long, and you talk to these folks, and you promote 4-H and FFA, the fair, state, all that. You talk to them all year long. It's not just a one-time deal. And so I know that there's some gentlemen in the building that always love to hear about the projects, and you know, when we go to these shows with you guys, I mean, I come back and they're like, well, how did they do, and how'd they place, and they always want to know what's going on. So I think that's awesome that you guys do that, and it's really important.
Yeah, the networking that I've been able to do through 4-H, and becoming friends with a lot of the local business owners, you definitely keep in touch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, we always hear up here that every time that we get kids in to come invite to the fair, I mean, Bob and Jim always say, man, I can't wait till that kid grows up. I'm going to hire them. They'd make a great salesperson, or they'd just be great in the office or something. And it's because you guys have such great public speaking skills. You're not afraid to go talk to people. You can carry a conversation. You look them in the eye, and those things are so important moving forward into college.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So the all important question: what do you want to be when you grow up? Wynn?
You can.
Oh,
Okay.
I definitely want to pursue livestock judging. I've been in that for 2 years now. So I definitely want to maybe start off with like a junior college, continue livestock judging, major in maybe ag business, something definitely related to ag still, but, and then we'll kind of see where it goes from there, I guess. But
well, you've had some great examples in our local area just from livestock judging and how you can go on, but how it can help you pay for your college and where it takes you in life and the people you meet. It's a great thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for a while, I really just want to keep him with like the livestock industry again too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought about being a vet for a while, but who knows where it'll take me for sure. I'm not positive yet, but
That's a lot of school.
yeah.
Great profession. A lot of school.
Yeah.
Like Steven, I'm also in livestock judging, and I think I'd want to start out like him and go to a junior college and possibly even a senior college. But in the end, I don't think that'd be just the thing I do. I'd probably want to pursue something else that I haven't decided yet.
Well, Wynn, I have no doubt wherever you go, you're going to succeed.
Thank you.
Yes. And I am just going to say this now. I think you're going to be a better livestock judger than your brothers.
I sure hope so.
I'm going to say that. Jet and Braden may be mad at me, but that's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. They'll be all right. All right. Well, you guys, thanks so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. And I hope you guys all have a Merry Christmas. Keep working with those projects and keep at it with 4-H.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having
Liz.
us.
You bet. All right. Well, thank you guys. For more sports, news, and podcasts, check out SheridanMedia.com. And one last thank you to our sponsors, Heartland Kubota and True Built Builders. Again, without you, we can't put this podcast on. And thank you for being such huge supporters of 4-H and FFA over all these years.